G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another United gameplay video for you, and we're going with our second ever DC United themed game, although this one's going to be a little different. So this is going to be the second villain from the DC DC Superheroes United Batman Hush expansion, or core set I should say, and we're going to be using our good old friend Superman here, believe it or not, as a villain, but we're going to be actually using some Marvel heroes as the hero team to show that you can actually mix and match the Marvel and the DC stuff, and they all interact together pretty seamlessly. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, I've mentioned we're talking about Superman here, so we're going to be using Superman Controlled, or as a member of the community put it, they said Enthralled Superman might be a cooler name as well, so I'll try and remember Enthralled Superman throughout the game. But essentially this is Superman who has been enthralled or controlled by Poison Ivy. So if we have a look here, we're going to be using a team of 3 heroes. So before we check out the special setup, we'll just have a look. We're going to be having 8 health here on Superman. And at the back you can see you can play in supervillain mode, and there is a little bit of special setup here. So interestingly, you do have to use at least one hero with equipment, it seems. So a non-Kryptonian hero must choose the Kryptonian ring as one of their starting equipment cards. If Batman is in play, it must be him, and we are not going to be using Batman since we are using Marvel characters. And then it says Cane Chemicals, which is at one of the locations, must be the villain's starting location. And then you place the Poison Ivy token there as well. So there's a Poison Ivy token representing her in this game, but she's not essentially the villain that you're fighting against. And then you place the starting master plan card on top of the deck. So there is a card that's always going to be the first card that comes off the top of that deck as well. If we spin ourselves back around here, we'll have a look at the special rules. So this says Superman, even though he's got health, can only be damaged by a hero in his location and who has the kryptonite ring. So you can't shoot him from a distance, and you can only actually attack him if you have the kryptonite ring equipment card, which is why that's necessary in the game. His KO effect, so if he manages to KO anyone, he'll trigger a second BAM. Let's have a look at his BAM. He deals 2 damage, big heavy hitter, to 1 hero in Superman's location, and then move the Poison Ivy token clockwise 1 location. So he basically hits hard, and then he moves this Poison Ivy token clockwise 1 location. Now there is an under pressure effect, so if we complete one of our missions, we have to complete 2 missions to make him vulnerable in the first place, and even then we can only attack him in his location with the ring. But if we complete the first of our missions, that's going to open things up to be under pressure, and at that point not only will the villain start going faster, getting more turns, but the BAM will change. So in this case it's one of those BAMs that completely changes, so we don't read this anymore and we read this instead. So deal 3 damage, so he's doing extra damage to 1 hero in his location. Move the Poison Ivy token clockwise 1 location, so pretty much similar but just doing an extra damage. But then it says here, unless there are 2 or more heroes in the destination location. So if the Poison Ivy token were to move, you can kind of try and preempt that. You can try and sort of work out where she might be going and try and block her from getting there by putting a couple of heroes in there. So that's, you're getting hit harder, but you've got a little bit more capacity to stop that token moving around. Let's have a look at the overflow. If the Poison Ivy token is in the overflowed location or in an adjacent one, move it clockwise to the next location. So essentially the BAMs are going to cause that token to keep moving. The overflows, the KO is going to cause more BAMs, so that's going to keep happening. And then if we have a look here, the villainous plot, heroes lose if the Poison Ivy token returns to the Cane Chemicals location. So essentially she's going to start up the top there with the villain, and she's going to keep going all the way around, and when she gets back to the start there, we have lost. So that is what we're trying to avoid. So let's put Superman enthralled Superman down on his dashboard here, on his mission tracker. We'll put the 8 health there. And now let's have a look at the rest of the setup. So let's, talking about Superman, let's have a look at his model here. Apologies to the painters out there, I don't have him painted. I tend to be pretty slow with my progress there, but yeah, here he is. He's got a pretty cool sort of flying pose there. Alright, and then we do actually have a token that comes in the Batman Hush core set, and this is Poison Ivy, although I believe as part of one of the sets, either a promo box or a expansion, or one of the sets, there is a Poison Ivy character, so there will be a model for her eventually, so I guess you could just replace this token with her if you have that when the DC Game Found campaign arrives. And then this is what we're going to be using in our game. Instead, we're going to be using, I think this is Enchantress if I'm getting this right, and I figure she's pretty close to Poison Ivy. She wears green and she does mind tricks and stuff like that, so we're going to be using her because the theme of this battle is going to be that she wants a cape, and so she's tricked Superman into coming to her place and giving her a cape. So she really wants a cape. She's jealous of his cape game, and just the capes in general in the United game. There's lots of great sculpts with some awesome capes, and she really wants one. And the Cape Club are not happy about that, so they're out to stop Superman giving his cape to Poison Ivy. So that's who we've got. So we have our heroes here, Adam Warlock. So he's got a cool cape there as well. He's from Season 1 of Marvel United. Then we have a couple of Season 3 heroes here. We have Quasar, and he's got a pretty cool cape. And if you paint him up, a lot of people sort of paint him with like a sort of like a galaxy of stars visible in his cloak. So he's kind of cool. And then of course we have the Sentry, or Sentry. Another guy floating with floaty hair and a cool cape. And the other reason I wanted to pit these guys against each other is I have my Facebook feed is like filled with endless posts about who would win in this fight between these different Marvel and DC characters and this sort of thing, and they're always pitting these, you know, Superman equivalent type characters against each other. So I thought, well, let's have Superman run the gauntlet against the Cape team here and see who comes out on top. So that's the scenario. Let's have a look at the rest of how enthralled Superman works, or Superman controlled. He's got Poison Ivy's control, and this is pretty much all of the threat. So he's got these 6 all around the table. When this threat is cleared, move the Poison Ivy token counterclockwise 1 location. So essentially this is a way to slow down that progress. You know, if you've been getting bammed and overflows and all sorts of stuff going on, this is a way to sort of like a limited amount of these will allow you to sort of move them back. So they just require heroics to put down. They don't actually add like a deterrent or like a threat or anything like that. There's nothing on here that says, you know, things get harder for you because of this threat. So essentially these are sort of a positive sort of thing only, which is quite good, but I guess you're sort of having to slow down clearing the locations and that sort of thing if you're putting things on here. Alright, so location wise we've got Sicily, which I don't think we showed off in the last video, so if we get to uncovering that, that might show us something new. I'm not sure, I think we might have shown most of these. Oh, maybe the Spiral headquarters over here is something new as well. We have St. Hadrian's Finishing School for Girls, we've got the Bristol Township, we've got the Roxbury Fielding Academy, and up here we've got Kane Chemicals. And just for those wondering, since we do have to use this in this scenario, its end of turn effect is a mandatory one. It says you may gain, oh, it's interesting, you may gain a movement token, but here comes the must. You must play your next card, hero card, randomly. So you get a movement token, but then you have to sort of play randomly after that. Alright, so let's have a look at our team. We have, this is probably the one hero that I see most of all compared to Superman in the Marvel ranks, I guess, from what I've seen. Aficionados might be able to correct me, but a lot of people say he's like the equivalent of Superman, power-wise or whatever, I guess, story-wise. But this is Sentry, so we're going to be using him. He is going to have his full complement of cards because as you guys know me, I tend to not prefer to use equipment and that sort of thing, so I don't think he comes with equipment, but I'm not going to chuck in generic stuff or anything like that at the moment. Although maybe down the track I might start showing off some of those in some of the videos as well, just so you guys can see what they're like. Yeah, he's going to be just using his regular deck. We've got a starting hand card here, and we'll shuffle them up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right. And 1, 2, he's going to get another 2. And we'll have a look at his starting hand card first. This says, almost invulnerable. I wish it was just invulnerable. But anyway, as long as this card is face up in the storyline, before taking damage, you may draw cards from your deck equal to the amount of damage you will take. Then place the same number of crisis tokens on the dark entity card, and it gives you a wild to start with as well. He's also got a couple of punches there, and a heroic and a punch. So that's what he's starting with. And we might be wondering, what's this dark entity card? And that's this one down here. So if you use the hero version of Sentry, because you guys might have seen, we've done a playthrough, you can play him as a bad guy called the Void. And so this sort of represents the Void sort of lurking in the subconscious or wherever the Void likes to lurk. And, you know, the danger of him being overcome by the Void. So at the end of any turn, if there are 3 or more crisis tokens on this card, discard them all and reveal the top card of the Void deck. So you can see here, you're usually sort of voluntarily putting the crisis tokens on here to trigger some sort of powerful effect, but then that's going to sort of come back to bite you eventually. Immediately apply its effect, then put the card at the bottom of the deck. So it sort of comes out, does something bad, and then goes away. So I think it's usually not, I don't think it ever is like an ongoing effect. So there you go, that's the Dark Entity card, and of course, that means we need to have the Void deck. So that's this one up here. So there's a whole bunch of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. 6 bad cards that are going to do something nasty to us. So this is the first time I think I've ever used him as the hero version, so I'll see how I go. Now, moving on, we have Quasar. Now, he's an interesting one. He's like a space capey guy sort of thing, but he's got this sort of thing where he's got a starting hand card where he sort of builds up a bunch of tokens, and then, oh, I think I've shuffled him. Whoopsie. He should have, there we go, he's got a bottom of the deck card that I think lets him sort of trigger those or gain those or whatever. So we're sort of trying to, I guess, get through our deck to get through that one, I guess, for him. So let's take a starting hand card. Let's shuffle this up. Okay, and let's put this at the bottom. And then we've got to draw 2 more of these off the top. And we'll have a look. So this says, what's he got? Quantum bands or nega bands? No, quantum bands. Here we go. So as long as this card is face up in the storyline, you cannot use wild tokens. And once during each of your turns, though, you may forfeit an action to gain a wild token. So you can gain wild tokens, you just can't use them. All right, plus gives him a movement. What else has he got here? Oh, here we go. So these are going to do something. Quantum construct. Draw a card. If you do, and Quantum Bands is face up in the storyline, which hopefully it would be, discard 1 card and gain a wild token. Okay, so you're drawing a card, then discarding, so you're not really gaining health, but you're kind of cycling through and getting closer to that big one, I guess. Plus you gain a wild token, gives you a wild. Oh, and he's got another one of those, so he's got 2 of those. Alright. I mean, okay, but not great if we're going to get hit for 2 every time when we lose these, and they go to the bottom of our decks. But anyway, alright. That's what he's starting with, but he's also starting with, because I don't really know the story behind these guys that much, but, you know, if any of them looks like a space cop type of thing, or, you know, someone who's going to be the leader with a kryptonite ring, I feel like maybe it's him. So I'm going to give that to him. So I've taken out his double wild card, because I'm assuming, even though this is forcing us to use this, I'm guessing we still have to use the equipment rules, which is we're not allowed to use a double wild card, I should say. So it's got this permanent effect. You can see here it actually says Batman any, but I think in this particular game it's the special rules override that, and you can give it to anyone that's non-Kryptonian. Once during your turn, if any Kryptonian villain or henchman is in your location, you may punch them. You may punch against them, which now that's interesting. You may punch against them. Okay. This says, can only be damaged by a hero in his location who has the equipment ring. Alright, so at first I was reading this as, okay, you may use punches against them. But I think that's a specific. I think that's what that is saying. I think this equipment card actually just. I think the scenario is letting us, as long as we have this, we can use our punches. I think this actually lets us punch against them. So it gives us like an extra punch once per turn. Right, okay, and then this says, during your turn you may forfeit one action to give this card to another non-Kryptonian hero in your location or an adjacent one, so you can pass it to people that are pretty far away. Like toss. So this way you're not sort of just trapped with one character at the end of the game that can do anything, so you can sort of like play past the football sort of thing. So, alright, there we go. I think I sort of understand that. We'll see how we go. You guys can let me know if I'm messing it all up. And we have Adam Warlock, who I think is supposed to be pretty powerful from the first season. But I don't know. I don't remember using him. Might have used him like on Tabletop Simulator before, but I don't know if I've used him on camera or even physically before. He's got 2 movement. He's got a heroic and a punch, and he's got a heroic and a punch, so there you go. So he must have some pretty powerful cards lurking in his deck somewhere, because I hear he is pretty good. Alright, well, that's our hero team. We are out to stop Superman giving his cape back to Poison Ivy, and I think we can find out who is on top, DC or Marvel. This will answer the question once and for all. Alright, let's get down the table and cause some controversy. Alright, let's do it. Okay, now, the last game we played, we had a starting hand master plan card, and for the Joker and Harley, and it seemed to be designed to absolutely wreck you from the get-go. No matter what's going on, you're always going to get hit, you're going to get Shazam, she's going to come down and move to the perfect spot to also accelerate the turn. All bad. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully this one is not designed to absolutely wreck you from the beginning. We can live in hope. Alright. Until we read the card. Hopefully I'm holding that at the right distance. Okay. So this says, oh, it's a 3 and a bam. That's not a great start. Okay. A 3, 1, 2, 3, and he's going to trigger his bam, so one of us is getting hit twice. Okay, deal 2 damage, okay. And then we move her. Okay, so someone's going to get hit twice. I mean, I guess I want Quasar to get hit so he gets those, that bottom of the deck card out, but he's got these 2 really good cards here at the moment, so maybe I don't want him to be the one that gets hit straight up. Maybe Adam Warlock can afford to take a hit. Yeah, maybe we'll lose those. Maybe we'll lose those. Okay. Alright. Alright, so one hero got hit for 2. Then the Poison Ivy token moves clockwise 1 direction. Okay. Sorry, clockwise 1 location. And then we've got to read the rest of the card. Falling under Ivy's control. Oh, accelerate the next build. Oh, man. What is this going to be the theme of DC United, is just all the villains accelerate their turns all over the place? Alright, well that's rubbish. So we're going to put that there, I think, because we're only going to get 2 hero turns, so Adam Warlock's not even going to get a chance. Oh, maybe I should have taken the hit on Sentry instead. Maybe I should have taken the hit on Sentry. Since that's going to... Yeah, you know what, let's do that maybe. Should we keep him around? Sentry will take the hit. Maybe let's put these here. Alright. Alright. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1. And then we got to put a bunch of civilians. Oh, there's a bunch of civilians coming out. So 1 over here. Now that sort of leads us to decide, what are we going to do? We're going to, obviously we want to get rid of these Poison Ivy control things. That must be one of our considerations. But are we going to go civilians or thugs? I guess there's more civilians at the moment. Do we have enough heroics to do the control and the The other one? I guess we'll find out. Don't know why I put that down there. That needs to go there. And I think that's all good. We're almost at overflow rate here, though. That's not great. Okay, and she's around here. So, interesting. I think what we want to do. Well, we've got to. I think that's everything. Is that it? I think that's everything. Yeah. We'll draw a card. We've got a move and a punch. But I think I'm going to use this wild, this almost invulnerable. So now, as long as this card is face up, before taking damage, we can draw cards just to heal ourselves up to prevent ourselves from getting KO'd there. Let's do that, and that will give us a wild. I think what I would like to do, we've got to prevent overflow. Let's get rid of let's rescue a civilian. I know we've got to go for these poison ivy control things, but what I'm thinking is maybe we kind of set them up a little bit. Maybe don't try and knock them over this round, and then have a few ready to knock over at once, sort of thing. That's my plan. See if we can stick to it. I'll draw a card forward. I've got to remember this is our last turn before. It's our last turn before Enthralled Superman goes again. So we drew ourselves a single wild there. I think what we'll do with Quantum Bands only gives us some movement though. Oh, but what I can do is I'll put that down. I won't move. I will. Oh, you know what? Ooh. Oh, this is dangerous. Let's rescue a civilian. I mean, we're not unlikely to get overflow here anyway, aren't we? Maybe I could let that go for a bit, but I think I'll rescue a civilian, and then instead of moving, I'm going to gain a wild token. I just can't spend it. Okay. Now, Superman goes again. Alright, Superman, what are you up to? Let's see. You guys can have a read of that. So, he's moving 5. So he's going all the way around, landing back here again. He's going to do a ban, but he misses. Deal 2 damage to a hero in his location, but then move the Poison Ivy token 1. Okay. Then add 1 thug to Poison Ivy's location. Oh, that's close. And then add another thug to both adjacent locations. Oh, so this is how the thugs are going to come out, maybe. Oh, okay. Alright. That's where we're at the moment. It is Adam Warlock's turn. Alright, my friend, you've got 3 cards in hand. He's drawn himself a move. I think he drew a move and heroic there. So, what do I want to do here? I've got myself a move. I need to get cracking on some of this stuff, don't I? I don't need another move, so I'm going to play them. I'm going to play the heroic and the punch, I think. And we get a full complement of 3, so now I may as well do this. I think is going to help me remember my turn order. Okay. So let's go. Okay. Again, do I go here because this is where things are likely to start happening, or do I just? Oh, man. All right. Let's go with. Let's put a token here. let's move here. And punch this guy. Alright. Then Sentry is going to draw a card. He's got himself a move, a punch. He's got himself a wild, but let's use the move and punch. So now I can punch. Sentry's this one. Know your capes. Alright, he's going to punch this guy. But before he leaves here, he's going to put a heroic token here. Right. There we go. And then Quasar. Oh man, I've got 3 of these quantum constructs. Are they all the same? I feel like it's time to just use these while I can, right? Okay, hopefully I'll go up there. Alright, hopefully you guys can read that. But yeah, draw 1 card. If you do, and quantum bands is face up, which it is, and then discard a card and gain a wild token. So, what we'll do, we will draw a card. We draw ourselves a move and a punch. I might actually leave that. I might put that one at the bottom for chasing our friend down at the end. Oh. Now is it this guy that if I forfeit a action, if I forfeit an action, I can I'll put that at the bottom so I can chase him down with the move and punch later on. Let's put that out. So I've drawn the card. I've put the same card back. I get a wild token, but then I also can forfeit this movement to gain a wild token. So let's gain that wild token. I'll forfeit the movement, gain a wild token. So that's now 3. I will punch this civilian in this location. This civilian, sorry. Oh my god. Quasar, what are you doing? No, he's going to punch the thug in that location. And then he'll use the wild to clear this now. And my plan was to sort of spread these out. Plan was to spread these out and sort of trigger a whole bunch at once, but you know what, let's just finish this off. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. I should this is what comes from know your locations, because now I've sort of wasted this ability here, but that's okay. We'll put that there. We've cleared that and put this underneath, and now we get to move Poison Ivy back here. Get away from that cape. Alright, so we are looking alright here, I think, in terms of... I think we're all finished. Our turn is done. I think we did everything right there. Oh, except I've given the wild tokens to the wrong character. Oh, I can see myself getting really confused because all of these guys are just generic cape guy to me, so I think I've just given all those wild tokens to the wrong character. Let's give them to Quasar. Oh, because Quasar was in the middle too, that's why I'm... Oh, this is going to get super confusing. Alright. Okay. Now let me just make sure he was the one that was supposed to get all of those. So he got one because he forfeited an action in the first round. He forfeited an action in this round, plus he did the bands or the construct or whatever, so he's got 1, 2, 3. Alright. Yeah, I think that's fine. Not Sentry. Okay, don't give the wild tokens to Sentry. And, alright. Enthralled. Superman is just watching us getting confused. It's like that Spider-Man meme where all the different cape guys are pointing at each other. Alright. He says, what is going on here? Oh, okay, so this is an example of one of those master plan cards now that has under pressure effect as well. So we won't be triggering this now because they're not under pressure, but we'll do everything else. So it's a 3 and a bam. Where is he? He's 1, 2, 3. He misses us. He is going to, but he is going to move Poison Ivy this way. Right. And then he's going to drop 2 civilians in this spot here. Right. Okay. So that's now close to overflowing as well. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, up and away. He would have moved, after that he would have moved to the location opposite. So runs away from the hero with the kryptonite ring, which is not nice. Okay. Great. It is time to do some more stuff. So it is, I think, Adam Warlock's turn again. We'll draw a card for him. Now he's got this one here. The next master plan card, it says Avatar of Life. The next master plan card will be played face down with no effect. But it gives us nothing. So I think that's like a clutch one you want to use late, right? So I don't think we're going to use that. Where am I? I'm over here. What do I want to do? I think I want to work on rescuing civilians maybe, and defeating thugs and pushing Poison Ivy's control back. I've got a move and a heroic. Heroic and a punch. I might use this. I feel like we might need to save movement. If he's running away from us at the end, maybe we need to save some movement for the end. We've got a wild over here. So my question is, what do I do with that? Well, since I put a punch down, I definitely probably want to head here. So maybe I use this wild to move. Maybe I punch this guy. And maybe I put a heroic on this spot here. So I've moved. So I put the heroic down, I moved, and then I punched a guy. Okay. Right. Then Sentry, it's your turn. You're over here. You're going to draw a card. You have... Whoa! I like that card. Look at the art on that. That's cool. He's getting angry. Alright. Uncontrolled power. I can wild. So this gives me a movement. I can wild. It's going to give the next character movement, which I kind of need. I want to get him out of here now, I guess. So I can move, but I put one, and it's only one cry. Hey, it's only one. Hey, it's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So otherwise, I just had a wild. So yeah, this is more fun, I think. So let's take a wild, or I can do a wild, then place the thing. Okay, so move. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I think. Let's think about this. What do I want to do? I probably want Quasar to start heading this way to team up and working on this. So Sentry coming over here. Oh, the punch isn't going to do much, is it? Punch is not going to do much. Unless I get over there. What I could do, I could say move over here, drop a star, use the wild to move to here and do a punch. But I think maybe what I'll do instead is rescue. This is really weird. I thought for sure I'd be going really heavy on the Poison Ivy control, but I don't seem to be doing that, and maybe that's a mistake. Maybe that is a mistake. Maybe it is a mistake, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta make mistakes. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Alright. Yeah, okay. And then Quasar, I think Quasar is gonna is going to do this. I think he's going to get cracking on this. Alright, there we go, draw. So he's going to draw a card, gets himself a single punch. He's then going to put the punch away. Then he's going to was I supposed to draw a card at the beginning of his turn? I don't think he's been damaged, right? Only person who's been hit is Sentry, so I think I was supposed to... So in fact, actually, I should have that punch in my hand, then I should draw this. Aha, it's a heroic and a punch. Alright. I don't think I'm cheating here. I think I forgot to draw a card at the beginning of his round. Okay. And that's going to generate... For doing that cycling, I get one of these. But I don't think I'm actually going to forfeit an action this turn. I think I'm going to get cracking, so I'm going to come over here and I am going to put another one of these down here because we do need to get onto these. Alright. Right. So, Superman, what are you up to? I think we're all done there. I think that's correct. Yes. Alright, Superman says... he's moving one. Where is he? Oh, it's going to be the purple cape fight. Okay. So we've got 1 and 1. Okay. So we've got a 1 and a bam. Sentry. Now this is interesting. Sentry can... Oh, and I was supposed to put... Wasn't I? Haha. Okay. Sentry. Interesting. Okay. So what I can do here is I can draw cards. As long as this card is face up in the straw line. Before taking damage, you can draw cards from your deck equal to the amount of damage you will take. So I can draw 2 cards and then lose 2 cards, so I haven't actually been taken out. It will trigger the Dark Entity, but I think that'll be fun to see how that works anyway, right? Let's do it. So we'll draw a card. We got ourselves another wild, and we get ourselves an uncontrolled power. Alright, so 2 punches, then place 2 crisis tokens on the Dark Entity card. Right, and then I guess I can take 2 hits, put them underneath. Leave that one out because that one looks like fun to use. And then I have to place 2 crisis tokens out for doing that. But that hasn't caused a KO. Then she's still going to move though. And then controlling minds, add 1. Okay, so we go 1, 2, and 3. And we've got some more thugs out on the board. Alright. Oh boy, interesting. I can't tell if I'm doing well or not. Okay, but well, this is about... maybe not so much since I've just triggered this. So at the end of the turn I have to do this, I believe. And we trigger this, and this says something... I'll let you guys read that if I can hold it up in the right spot. Okay, if that didn't focus, it says unrestrainable force. Each hero must discard 1 action token or take a damage. Oh. That's each hero, so I think that hits Sentry as well. That's a bummer, I lose that. Oh, so I went to... Okay, I tried to avoid a KO and I've just caused one anyway. But I think I'm going to actually take a... Should I take a hit with Quasar to sort of speed up my bottom of the deck thing appearing? I seem to be able to scroll through that pretty handily, whereas it's coming up pretty soon. Maybe I don't take the hit, but do I lose a single wild token? Wild token's pretty useful. Maybe I want to keep the wild token. But it races her around. I don't think I want her... yeah, the further I can keep her back, the better. So I'm going to lose the token. Well, either way I'm losing something, right? I know, but yeah, if I lose the damage, I'm closer to getting taken out, so I'll lose the token. Alright, where is that? That goes there. Okay. Well, that was not good. Okay. That goes at the bottom, I think. So, he lost a token. He got KO'd. So really what I did, doing that cost me a token, essentially, because I was going to get KO'd anyway. Oh, that's a shame. And I actually lost that cool card that was about to come out too. That's gone to the bottom of my deck. No, I don't like it. And over here we're okay. She, because of... Oh, now, hold on. He bams again. I think she moved here already this turn, didn't she? But she's going to move here because of the fact that he's bamming again. But there's no one else for him to hit in there. Okay, so maybe spread out. If I'm in the same spot, he's going to like bam and bam and bam. And KO... You know, can potentially KO a bunch of us. Okay. Yikes. Okay, well that wasn't great. That was actually really bad because now she's very close. So I've got to... Now I might slow down on this and really try and hammer some of these if I can. Whose turn is it? It is Adam Warlock's turn. Where is he? He's over here. Right. Oh, he's drawn himself a double wild though. That's not bad. We might... we might... Oh, now this could be good. I could just straight up... just clear that, couldn't I? Although I think this is a negative effect. If there are more thingies than thingy here... Oh, you may draw a card. Okay, actually not too bad. Yeah, let's just clear this. Alright. And that's 2. And now this says if there are more thugs than civilians, you must discard an action token, if possible. Oh, that wouldn't have even been a problem. Otherwise, you may draw a card, but you have to add a thug here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. But I get to draw a card, so now I'm a bit healthier. There we go. We drew a single punch for that one. So there we go. Alright. Now we've given a double wild to our good friend Sentry, who's about to wake up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happened? Okay, oh, we've got a double wild. Oh, nice. Triple wild, then place 3 crisis. No, thank you. I'm a bit gun-shy about that crisis stuff now. Ooh, now is this the time to do a bunch of rescuing and save the wilds for later? I can keep that in my hand, because I'm probably just going to spend these wilds on clearing the stuff here, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe let's put that out, because then I also think I want him doing a bunch of heroics. Or do I? No, I think I do actually want... Let's maybe hold on to that. Oh boy, what do I want to do here? I think I want to give Quasar the ability to take out a bunch of thugs if he can, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough movement. Let's have a think. So if I played the double wild, I'd have a double wild here. I could clear this and defeat 1 thug. That would put 2 thugs away. Then Quasar would have a double wild, plus, let's say the best you can get here is like a heroic and a punch. So heroic could do that. Yeah, the wild would give him the ability to move here, and I think take out an extra thug, and then we could make them vulnerable. Which also makes them scary, but also, you know, better to make them vulnerable and under pressure at the same time. So I think that's what I'll do. We'll use the double wild. So now we've got the double wild. So up he gets. He says, you haven't seen nothing yet. You think your cape game is strong? Your cape's all tattered. So he's going to do one punch. He's going to he's going to clear Poison Ivy's control there. Oh, but he doesn't have enough to move away. And now on his next turn, he must play his card randomly, which means he might be playing one of these void type cards. Okay, that's alright. Also, he might be playing a double heroic, which is probably not going to be useful when we're trying to chase down our friend, but that's okay. Let's put the threats face up there. So he does get a movement though, that's pretty cool. No, that's Void gets that. Okay, and we have to give him one of those tokens that says to move randomly. I think that's this one here. There we go. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. That's the sort of thing I could see myself watching this video back going, oh no, when I'm editing and saying, oh, I forgot to play randomly. Alright. So, where are we? So we did that. We did that over there. So it's now, I think, Space Cop's turn. I don't know. I shouldn't say Space Cop because he's probably not even a cop. Alright, so he's drawn himself. Oh, a move and heroic. Oh no, but we wanted the punch, didn't we? I think we want that extra punch. Is that right? Well, let's think about this. Let's just think about this. Because if I save the punch, that's the punch for later. A move and a heroic would get me, that's one, that would get me there, and those two I could use to clear that. Yeah, that might be good. Oh, actually, and she has to go back one because I cleared this one. And you know what? I don't think I ever moved her back for clearing this, so I think she's actually gone back 2 spots because I think I did this all in the one round, haven't I? Yep, so she's gone back 2, and this should drive her back another one. Right. So yeah, maybe I do this. Maybe I do that. Save my punch. I mean, the move could be useful for tracking him down though, right? This is going to give Adam Warlock an extra go round as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's save that punch. Let's do this. Okay. So we will go 1 heroic here to clear this. That's going to push her back to this spot. We have now put the villain under pressure. We have cleared 1 mission though. That's cool. Okay. Then, so that was with the heroic. And, oh, there's a option here. If there are 2 or more civilians here, you may gain a movement or a heroic token. Otherwise, you may add a civilian here. Well, I'd love to do that, but I don't think that's on the cards because I do think I need to get here and... Oh, I could come here. Ooh. Oh no, you've got to have another hero here. Alright, so let's punch this guy with the first wild. And then let's move our lovely cape over to Capesville, and we will punch the last thug we need with our last remaining wild action there. And unfortunately that means we're not generating another wild, but you know, hey, them's the breaks. And put these guys in here. And now the villain is vulnerable, but also because they're under pressure, we have to remember to read these abilities here. Now this says if there are more thingies, no, so we do have to add a thug here. No, hold on, if there are more, oh no, yeah, that's fine. And we do get to draw a card. Oh, that's cool for Quasar, because now our next card is bottom of the deck. Excellent. Alright. So, now it is time for old Superman to go, and we have to remember he goes every 2 turns. Now, here we go. Alright. Here we go. What's happening? He's going to move 4. So he's moving pretty far away from us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are not going to be able to do anything. I've sort of timed that badly because I can't use one of these guys to pick up the ring. It has to be his turn to pass the ring to someone. That's problematic. And now these two are the next. So no matter what they do, even if they had enough movement to get here, they can't hurt him. So maybe our best bet is for these guys at the moment just to clear stuff or even work on these just so we've got a bit more ability to push this stuff back. So he's landed here, 1, 2, 3, 4. His BAM is deal 3 damage to a hero in his location. Then she moves unless the target destination has 2 heroes, but it doesn't. She's definitely moving here. Then deal 2. Then after that, deal 2 damage to a hero in a location adjacent to Superman. No. Or in the location opposite to Superman, which we do have. So these 2 guys are here. So to 1. So one of these guys has to get hit. It's either Adam or Quasar. One of them has to lose. Well, I guess the best one to do it against is Quasar, I guess. Either way, whoever's left, it doesn't really matter, like if he's on 2 or if he's on 3, like we're going to get hit. We get hit again by his 3 attacks. We're gone, aren't we? So, although that card I don't want to lose, so maybe I just lose these ones. Do I lose the wild? Wild. I think I might keep the wild. I'll lose these 2. Punch and the star and the star. Maybe I should have kept the punch and the star. And then 1, 2. So no overflows yet, but everything's getting. See, now we're focusing on other things. The overflow's getting a bit crazy. Okay. Heat vision. Alright, he zapped us. Right, so it is Adam Warlock's turn. Oh, and she was supposed to... Oh, she did move. Yeah, she moved because of that BAM, I think. Right, draw a card for Adam Warlock. Oh, he's got himself a double... What? Hasn't he already played a double wild? He's got 2 double wilds in his deck. What is this ridiculousness? That's amazing. He's also got that one, next master plan card will be played face down with no effect. Oh. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So if I play a double wild now, where I'm in no position to do anything to him, that's bad. I guess I could do a bunch of like rescuing or clearing locations, but the locations are over here. I mean, sorry, the threats are over here, but there's a bunch of guys I could clear there to stop overflow. So that's still potentially really good. But if I play this one, this Avatar of Life, the next master plan card will be played face down with no effect, but the problem is the guy we want to be doing the damage is stuck on the other side of the board. So we don't really want Superman not having a turn. In which case, do we save the double wild, if we can, play the move and heroic. He's got to move in heroic and just like do a bunch of rescuing with him. One. Something like that. Yeah. Rescue 2 civilians, just keep overflow down on that side. The other way I could go is end up over here, where that's very full. Here I would get to gain a movement or a heroic token. Or here I could just stop overflow if it's coming over here. Maybe I'll go this way. So I'll rescue from here and I'll rescue from here. Try and stop that overflow a bit. Okay. And then Sentry has to play random. Yay, I remembered. Okay. Alright, we'll draw this one. Oh, actually, sorry. I have to draw a card too, don't I? So, alright, let's try that again. We don't know what card I just drew. Alright. I think that might be it, because I don't recognise the double punch. And that's a bit of a shame, because that would have been useful against our friend. Although, we are near some places that can be double punched, aren't we? So, why don't we go here, do a double punch. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This could bite us. This could come back to bite us. Oh, now hold on a second. I think I just put these guys back in here. Apologies. I think I might have... I can't remember how many of these guys are rescued, but I'm pretty sure I had a few of them going. So I'm going to put these two guys here, but I'm going to say that they came from here. I'm going to move Adam over here, because this way I've got options who I can pass the weapons to. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to end up here, punch these two. That just helps alleviate things. And this says, otherwise you may draw a card and add a thing here. Oh, and this is not must. This part is must, but this is not must. I don't have to be adding civilians, thugs there. But I could draw a card. Do I want to draw a card? What am I on? I think I do, because if I get hit for 3, I'd still be healthy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a thug out and draw a card. And I just got a heroic and a punch. Okay. So now Superman goes again. Right. So it's a 5. Oh, he's going to end up here. Oh, I guess it's not terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a BAM, so we survive that. 3 damage to one hero in his location. Move her here. Oh, that's not great. I'm going to get cracking now. BAM. The problem is Sentry goes first. Man, Sentry. Sentry. I'm sort of all out of alignment here. So this is, so the BAM, she's going to, oh, she already moved. So this is, oh, we've got an overflow. We've got that there, but does she move again? Yeah, she moves. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Oh, and we're not in any, we're not going to be able to stop her from, oh, we could lose like in the next round if she sort of moves twice, eh? And there's, yep, look at all this overflow. Yeah, I think we might be in a bit of trouble here. I think we might be in a bit of trouble. Alright, so I do draw this for Quasar. So Quasar is going to, he is going to do the quantum band release. It's sort of wasting this. I'm not going to be able to generate as much wild tokens as I could have with that. Oh, I suppose, oh, that was the card that I drew. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to play that down. Oh, that means I have to spend another, although I can punch, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's not bad, because the card that I played with Sentry had that extra movement on it, so I was able to get over here without having to spend any wilds on that, but it's okay, I've got these extra punches now. So let's go. Sentry's going to move 1, then he's going to use a wild to move in. Now he can spend his 3 wilds as punches, which he will do. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not bad. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to use his kryptonite thingy. Once on your turn, if any kryptonite villain or henchman is in your location, you may punch against them. So I'll do 1 more damage. And then during your turn, you may forfeit 1 action to give this card to another non-Kryptonian in your location or an adjacent one. So I will only use 1 of these punches to do a further damage. So that's one punch from the ring, 1 punch from this card, and 3 punches from the wild tokens I had there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've done 5 damage. He's sitting on 3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, here, catch, and I'm going to throw the ring to Adam Warlock, and it's now Adam Warlock's turn, and I luckily saved this double wild here, so I think we're looking good. Ooh, quantum magic. This sounds cool as well. I don't know if this is going to be what we want, but let's have a look. Look at the top 3 master plan cards and put them back on in any order. Oh, that could be really handy along with that Avatar of Life thing. But do we have enough to finish things off now? Because we can only attack Superman with the person with the ring. So now that we've got the ring, let's use the double wild plus a movement. So we've tossed the ring in here. Now he comes in and he's got 1, 2, 3 plus the punch from the ring. That's 4, more than enough, and enthralled Superman. It took a team of capes to take him down, but holy moly, I think we did it. I think we did it. And we've stopped Poison Ivy from getting her clutches on the cape. The Cape Club keeps its capes close and she can't have it. Alright. Holy moly. That was really scary the whole way through. I mean, we've, like, these guys are pretty ridiculous. They're all very, very powerful. But that was a cool fight, seeing like who would win in a battle with like Superman versus 3 Superman-esque type characters, you know, like super-powered, cape-wielding cosmic forces. And so in this one we've managed to take him down, as long as I haven't messed up too many rules and cheated and stuff there, but I think we got that all under control. We were definitely doing that. I will say that the Sentry was fun to use. That void thing was scary. Yeah, I'd be keen to sort of try him out again and you know, do that whole pushy like thing with the void thing. That was fun. That was pretty good. Adam Warlock certainly had some decent cards in there for a season 1 character as well, so that was a lot of fun. And having 2 double wilds, amazing. That's his character right up my alley. But Quasar, I really enjoyed. I think with Quasar, I played a game, I think on camera actually, with him, and the villain, something happened where he lost his card from the beginning. Maybe like his opening card got flipped down or something like that from the very beginning, and so he essentially like, or you know, specials couldn't affect the villain or something, and so he kind of just became a bit like his whole gimmick sort of became a bit useless. So, but against a scenario where you can actually sort of be guaranteed to take a couple of strong hits, and especially having these constructs which let you actually go through, so without having to do the risk of getting hit too much, you can still cycle through your deck pretty quickly. He was really fun to use. I quite liked him. He was yeah, I'd like to try him again now, because first time I played him he sort of left a bad impression, like a bad taste in my mouth, because I was like, ugh, like, okay, all it takes is like losing that starting thing and then your character kind of is a bit busted. But that was fun. So yeah, enthralled Superman, or Superman controlled, that was a fun mission. She sort of Poison Ivy, she gets around there pretty quick, and it's an interesting puzzle of how much do you race for these and go for these early, because I feel like maybe if you go for them too early, when you hit this stage, you're more likely for her to start going faster, because like you're more likely to sort of get taken out straight away. So maybe you want to sort of save a few of them for late game, but then all it takes is for her to get some of those, like that heat vision one, and some of those ones that sort of, and the overflow too. That's an interesting thing too, because if you're not on the overflow game, that's when she's going to rock it up. So it's almost like, yeah, control that stuff first, maybe put a bit of this stuff out as you're going, and then just have it as a backup. So like if she starts creeping up, then you take some of these out. But yeah, that was a fun fight. Well, this DC Superheroes United, the characters so far have not disappointed, especially in this this Batman Hush core set. Joker and Harley were super fun. That was like such a chaotic fun fight. This one felt less chaotic, but more like, I don't know what the word is. Like the whole thing felt threatening the whole time. So you really sort of, felt like I had to be really carefully thinking out what was I going to do, and I feel like if you had a team that wasn't this strong with all these super powerhouses, I think this would feel a lot scarier on top of that as well. Like, you might not have as many answers to sort of like cope with some of the things that were happening here, and let alone using heroic mode where you don't use your double wilds and maybe even your single wilds. I think this would be a really fun challenge for those folks who like a real a tough villain, and want United to be more of a real gamey sort of challenge. This one I think would be a fun one. So yeah, folks I think are starting to get this delivered to their doors more and more over the the last couple of days. So if you've got this to the table, how did you go? What did you think of the fight? What sort of rules mistakes did I make? How invalid is this victory? But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying yours, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as well. So yeah, we'll be back with another video down the track. Who knows? Maybe we'll do the trifecta, and we'll hit up Hush as well, or maybe I'll swap things out and we'll do some more Marvel or whatever it might be. But this was certainly fun, mixing in the Marvel and the DC stuff, and seeing Sentry take on Superman, and who would win in that fight. And to be honest, it was actually Superman, wasn't it? Because Sentry did get taken out, although it kind of was his own inner self that took himself out there, which was funny. So yeah, makes for a fun story, like all United games do. Well, thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next one, and yeah, Maple Monkey out. See you guys. And just before I do actually hit the road, I did want to say big shout out and thank you to my two members, Pedro Vargas and Len from Dice It Up Gaming. Thanks guys for being members, and cheers. Thanks very much, and apologies. I feel like I should be giving you guys shout outs in each video, so I'll try and make that a regular thing from now on. So yep, thanks very much guys. I really appreciate the support. Cheers guys. See ya.